You always hear, it's what's on the inside that counts. And we know, we've heard it before. But usually we brush it off anyway. But did you know just how important that saying is? God is the invisible God. We can't see him, so we can't make idols of his image, and so we can produce perfect faith. But when you think about it, us believers always proclaim how beautiful God is, and we mean it. We see his beauty in his creations, and we feel his beauty in his wonderful works and blessings in our lives. But maybe God is the invisible God for another reason too. Maybe he wanted us to see beauty through character. When we picture Jesus in our head, we feel a wave of awe and tears from just how beautiful he is. But that didn't just come from his appearance. There are actors who play him in movies, but you don't feel that immense feeling of wow until they start actually portraying Jesus and his wonderful works. His love for us, true love, is beautiful. Anyone can see a beautiful person and think, oh, well, they're visually appealing, but that's usually it. Beauty alone is fleeting, and we are all fearfully and wonderfully made in God's image. But his character, our character, that's what leaves a lasting effect on someone. It's Jesus' sacrifice and character which brings us to tears. Paintings can show beautiful people and landscapes, but it's the pieces that make you feel something which linger in your mind. The story of Abigail, David, and Nabal is a good example. Nabal disrespects David and his men after they had been going out of their way to protect Nabal's household. So David sets out to take vengeance for Nabal's cruel folly. But Nabal's wife, Abigail, meets them on their way with many gifts and bows down with her face to the ground, humbly and gracefully pleading, not defending, but asking for forgiveness. She takes the blame when she deserves none, just like Jesus on the cross, and she became a mediator, standing in between. I encourage you to read her exact words on 1 Samuel 25:24 through 31, because it's an inspiration for us, an example for us to follow. David hears her words and responds, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, who has sent you today to meet me. May you be blessed for your good judgment and for keeping me from bloodshed this day, and from avenging myself with my own hands. Otherwise, as surely as the Lord, the God of Israel, lives, who has kept me from harming you, if you had not come quickly to meet me, not one male belonging to Nabal would have been left alive by daybreak." Then David accepted from her hand what she had brought him and said, "Go home in peace. I have heard your words and granted your request." 10 days later, God struck Nabal and he died. David praises the Lord. Vengeance was taken, and he didn't even have to suffer the guilt of bloodshed. And then David asks Abigail to be his wife. Abigail was known to be beautiful and intelligent from verse 3. But if David had only seen her pass by, he would have just continued with his plans of vengeance, and she might have even died in the process. But her character, like a delicate flower blooming among thorns, a light, a gentle heart, it shone through and left that lingering effect on David, to where he proposed even 10 days later when the whole situation was passing. The sun is beautiful, but is truly appreciated when giving warmth after a cold winter. In a world of Nabals, a cold world, we are called to be Abigail, the warmth. I realized just how much I had to improve after reading this story. Yes, I am close with God, but how often I let myself be competitive instead of gentle. How often I interrupt instead of listening eagerly. I'm quick to defend, and I forget to apologize in the process. We are called by Jesus to change such ways, and instead be the gentle flower in the bush of thorns, to take on his self-sacrificing character, gentle soul, and listening ear. Be the mediator, the peace bringer, be the listener Jesus called you to be. Turn around your rough and rocky ways, and smooth it over, and become that beautiful flower in the bush of thorns.